Rural communities are usually small and people are engaged in agriculture, fishing, forestry, food gathering, and cottage industries. Population density is low and the human to land ratio is small, an aspect which affects the nature of social interaction. Primary relations are widespread in the rural communities and being helpful to neighbors prevails.
Settlement patterns, in a way, reveal the human being. This is the relationship between the natural environment and the social structure resulting in an arrangement of dwellings, buildings, and other physical structures related to their social life.
The family is the basic social unit of society and an important socializing agency. In the rural areas, there are more nuclear than extended families. The family has immediate neighbors or kapitbahay to which they have interlocking social interactions. The magkapitbahay help each other in times of crisis, economic needs, and social and religious activities.
The relations are familistic, and there is strong dependence on the family. The strong feeling of a family loyalty usually leads to nepotism, lack of self-reliance, and indifference to welfare institutions or parasitism.
Most poor households live in the rural areas and are engaged in agricultural enterprises. The adoption of modern technology in agriculture benefited mainly the middle level and large farms. Small farmers are left behind. The plight of small fisher folks is no better than those of the small-scale farmers.
In 1951, a program on the formation of cooperatives was instituted to help poor farmers. The operation of a cooperative is based on the principle of mutual aid and self-reliance, with members pooling their resources for the common benefit.
The barangay, or balangay as it was originally called, has its roots in pre-Spanish times. The barangay, later called barrio, was the basic political unit during the Spanish colonial period. The charter provided for the formation of a barrio council, with a barrio captain and 6 councilors functioning as an executive and legislative body. Usually, one finds only a 6th grade elementary school or, at best, a community high school in the barangay. For college education, one has to go to the poblacion or a major city.
Many elementary schools are not accessible to pupils in rural areas. Some remote barangays have no school at all.
Unless these deficiencies and shortcomings are corrected, the rural populace will continue to lag behind their urban counterparts. Majority of the people in rural areas are Roman Catholics, but people of other religions concentration in some regions.
Among the Muslims in Mindanao, like the Jama Mapun, the official Islamic doctrines and practices have been modified to suit local practices and rituals.
To the rural folks, religion is a means of coping with life's problems and major crises. It also offers opportunities for socializing and engaging in social action programs.
In rural communities, leisure time consists of visiting and chatting with friends.
The fiesta is a socio-religious activity which is always looked forward to by the rural folks. It is an annual celebration in honor of the local patron saint. In addition to its religious and social functions, the fiesta serves as an occasion for a family reunion. The fiesta is a status symbol. The more lavish the fiesta and the more important the guest, the higher is the status conferred to a barrio family.
The barrio has been rhapsodized as a healthy place to live in because of its fresh air, open spaces, and its fruits and vegetables. However, the state of health and nutrition in rural areas shows a different image. Children, as well as adults, die of respiratory, gastrointestinal, and communicable diseases. There is an alarming incidence of malnutrition despite the increase in food production.
Health services are concentrated in the cities to the neglect of the rural areas where majority of the people live. There is a low ratio of doctor, midwife, and dentist per resident in the remote barrios. In far-flung areas, greater trust is placed on herbolarios or herbal medicine practitioners and faith healers.
Rural development has been an area of concern of both governments and not government organizations for the past 4 decades. The bulk of 63% of the total Philippine labor force, which includes workers in mining, transport, and market enterprises in agriculture, forestry, and fishing areas, are based in the rural areas.
Various government agencies aim to support rural development, to increase the productive assets of the people in the rural areas, to increase the flow of income of the people, to provide social services and satisfy basic needs, and to promote people and community empowerment.
Despite all these attempts, however, the gap between the rich and the poor is still wide. Most people in rural areas remain poor. Much is still to be done to raise the people's quality of life.